Okay, so you've got this idea, right? This big goal, maybe a change you really, really want to make stick this time.
Hmm.
Maybe it's finally, getting consistent with fitness or nailing down a new skill or maybe launching that side project you keep thinking about. You feel that pull.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But then comes the how. How do you actually turn that spark into real progress without getting completely like swamped?
Exactly. That feeling of overwhelm, it's so common.
It really is. And that's where I think a focused approach, something time bound like a 90-day challenge, can be incredibly powerful. I mean, looking through all the material you showed, it's clear this time frame hits a sweet spot,
Right. It's long enough to actually build real habits, see some meaningful results.
but short enough that you can maintain that focus, that momentum, without burning out halfway through.
Yeah, it's less about staring at this huge mountain peak way off in the distance and more about, okay, what's the path for the next 3 months?
Exactly. And you gave us this great stack of sources, articles, research, even notes pulled together by different AI models, all digging into the best ways to make these 90-day challenges actually work.
So our mission here in this deep dive is basically to sift through all of that, pull out the absolute key insights, the best practices, and sort of build a roadmap for your challenge based on what these sources are telling us.
Yeah, a practical guide. We'll look at the prep work you need before day one, how to stay on track during the 90 days, and crucially, what happens after.
Okay, let's dive in. Where do we start? What's the absolute first thing the sources hammered home?
Well, almost universally, the foundational step, the absolute number one thing, is clarity and focus.
Right. Trying to do too much at once.
Forget about it. Trying to overhaul your entire life,
Right.
get ripped, learn a language, write a book, become a chef, all in 90 days.
Uh-huh. Yeah, good luck with that.
It's just a recipe for burnout. The consensus from the material was super clear. Pick one main focus area, maybe two if they're really closely related, but ideally just one.
That old saying, right? Chase two rabbits.
You catch neither.
Yeah.
Exactly. And within that one focus, you can't be vague.
No get fit goals.
No way. The sources really push for defining a clear, specific goal. We saw the SMART criteria pop up a lot. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. What will you actually have or be able to do in 90 days?
Okay, so give us some examples from the material.
Sure. Things like exercise 5 times per week, 45 minutes each time for the whole 90 days. Or lose 15 pounds, maybe read 10 books on specific topic, or save $3,000 by putting aside X amount each week.
And they mentioned being realistic too, right? Like with weight loss?
Yeah, some research pointed to aiming for a sustainable 1-2 pounds a week. That keeps the A, achievable, really grounded. And the M, measurable, is key for tracking progress, which we'll definitely get back to.
But here's something that felt, I don't know, deeper, that pretty much every source mentioned. Connecting to your why.
Oh, absolutely critical. Beyond just the specific goal, you need to understand the why. Why does this matter? To you, personally. What's the real underlying drive?
Because that's the fuel, isn't it? When motivation inevitably dips.
That's exactly it. It's the fuel. The material suggests that initial excitement, it will fade. Trust us. And having that why written down, maybe somewhere visible.
Yeah, revisiting it regularly.
It anchors everything. It connects your daily grind to something bigger, something meaningful for you.
So, step one, get crystal clear. In 90 days, I will achieve this specific thing because this is my deep reason. That's your starting block.
Perfectly put. And once you've got that solid foundation, the material really emphasizes the next phase, the planning and prep work before day one.
Right, you can't just wing it. Every article, all the research seemed to agree detailed planning beforehand. It seriously boosts your chances of success.
So what does that prep actually involve? Well, first off, take that big 90-day goal and break it down. Chop it up into smaller pieces, monthly targets, maybe weekly goals, or even just mapping out the specific daily tasks.
Like mini goals.
Exactly. Some sources talked about structuring it like 3 30-day sprints, each with its own target. It makes the whole thing feel way less intimidating.
Yeah, you're not thinking about the whole 90 days every single morning. You're just focused on today's task or this week's milestone.
Precisely. Which leads to the next step. Creating a realistic action plan. What specific things do you need to do daily or weekly to hit those mini goals? And then crucially, schedule them.
Like actual appointments.
Treat them like important meetings you can't miss. And a really smart tip we saw, especially in some of the AI notes and articles, was to plan out your first 30 days in detail.
Okay, why the first 30?
Because mapping out that initial month really cuts down on decision fatigue. You know exactly what to do each day in those crucial early weeks. It helps build that initial momentum, which is huge.
Avoiding that what should I do now paralysis. Makes sense. What else on the planning front?
Identifying your daily non-negotiables. This came up quite a bit. Pick 2 or 3 small, specific actions linked to your goal that you commit to doing every single day, no matter what.
Even on the bad days.
Especially on the bad days. They need to be small enough to be manageable even when you're tired or swamped. Consistency with these little things builds the habit foundation. It connects to that no 0 days idea too.
Right. Do something. Even if it's tiny, keep the chain going.
Exactly. Minimum effort is way better than 0 for momentum. Another practical thing stressed was evaluating your starting point, honestly. Where are you now? What resources, skills do you have? What might get in the way?
Setting realistic expectations from the get-go.
And then there's your environment. The sources really highlighted preparing your environment. Make the good stuff easy, the bad stuff hard.
Like clearing out the junk food if your goal is health-related.
Yep. Or laying out your workout clothes the night before. Setting up your workspace if it's a writing goal. Unsubscribing from distracting emails. It's all about reducing friction, making the path smoother.
We even saw some mentions, maybe in more structured stuff, about using tools like the Eisenhower matrix to prioritize.
Right.
Or time blocking.
Yeah, if that fits your style. Focusing on what's truly important, not just urgent, within your challenge. Blocking out time for those key actions. It's all about setting yourself up for success before the clock starts ticking.
So you build the ramp, clear the obstacles, and then it's go time. Execution. Days 1 through 90.
And the mantra here, repeated everywhere, loud and clear. Consistency over perfection.
You're not stressed that enough.
Absolutely not. You will slip up, you'll miss a day, you'll eat the cake. It happens. The real power comes from just showing up again the next day, consistently, not flawlessly.
So the key is getting back on track immediately.
Immediately. Don't let one mistake snowball into quitting. The research backs this up. Small, consistent actions, day after day, they compound. That's where the magic happens over 90 days.
And that consistency is basically how you forge the habits. That's the point of the 90 days, right?
Exactly. It provides that ideal time frame. We saw the old 21-90 rule mentioned 21 days to form, 90 to make it automatic, but also newer research suggesting it's often closer to 66-90 days on average for a habit to really stick.
And things like habit stacking can help. Linking the new thing to something you already do.
Yeah, that was a common suggestion. Makes it easier to integrate. Another massive piece during execution. Track everything. Religiously.
Ugh, tracking. Seems like work. Is it really that important?
It's crucial, and it doesn't have to be complicated. A simple journal, an app Habitica, Streaks, MyFitnessPal were mentioned, a spreadsheet, even just ticking off days on a calendar.
Why, though? What does tracking actually do?
Okay, several things. It keeps you accountable, obviously. It shows you patterns like, I always struggle on Wednesdays. It gives you visual proof of progress, which is motivating. And honestly, ticking that box, it feels good. Simple dopamine hit.
Huh. Okay, fair enough. Any tips on what to track?
Yes. A really smart point from the sources was to focus on tracking inputs, the actions you take, more than just outcomes, especially at the start.
Inputs, not outcomes. Meaning
Track whether you did the workout or did the writing session, things you directly control. Don't obsess only over the number on the scale or the word count that day, which fluctuate more. Focus on the effort you put in.
got it. Control what you can control. Makes sense. What about roadblocks? Life happens.
Absolutely. And the material says you need to plan for obstacles and setbacks. Don't pretend they won't happen. Think ahead. Busy periods at work, travel, getting sick, feeling zero motivation, stress.
So anticipate the problems. Then what?
Then create specific if-then plans. Like, if I feel too tired to do my full workout, then I will at least do 15 minutes of stretching. Or if I'm traveling for work, then I will pre-scout healthy restaurants near my hotel.
Pre-deciding how you'll handle it takes the willpower struggle out of the moment.
Exactly. It's like having emergency procedures. And speaking of predictable issues, the sources all warned about the motivation dip.
Ah, yes, the dreaded day 20-something blues.
Or day 30, maybe 40. That initial buzz wears off. Expect it. It's totally normal, not a sign you're failing.
So when it hits, what do?
Have your strategies ready. Go back to your why. Lean on your support system, which we'll talk about. Maybe tweak your plan slightly if it feels truly overwhelming, rather than just quitting. It's about persistence, not constant enthusiasm.
Maybe practicing some self-compassion if you do slip up.
Definitely. Beat yourself up, and you're more likely to quit. Acknowledge it, learn from it, get back on track. Keep visualizing the end goal, but also focus on the process, the learning, the growth along the way.
Okay, so consistency, tracking, planning for obstacles, Navigating all that seems way easier if you've got support and you're actually looking after yourself.
Bingo. The material was huge on this. First, accountability. Tell people what you're doing.
Friends.
Family.
Or an online group.
Reddit, X, dedicated forums were mentioned, a coach, a mentor. Just checking in regularly with someone who knows your goal, it makes a massive difference.
That positive peer pressure effect.
Right. Even just publicly committing to a few key people helps. And then foundational to everything. Prioritize your health. This isn't optional.
Sleep, nutrition, hydration. The basics.
The absolute basics, but they're critical for sticking with the challenge. Getting enough sleep, 7 to 9 hours, was the standard recommendation. Eating well-balanced meals, protein, good carbs, staying hydrated like 2-3 liters, maybe even a gallon a day, depending on the source and your activity. This stuff fuels your brain and body.
And rest. Not just sleep, but actual recovery time.
Yes. Especially for physical challenges, but also for intense mental ones. Schedule rest and recovery. Rest days aren't slacking off, they're part of the process. Your body and mind adapt and get stronger during rest. Listen to your body. Plan mental breaks, too. Avoid burnout.
It's like strength training, right? Muscle grows during recovery.
Perfect analogy. Same principle applies here. You need that downtime to consolidate gains and prepare for the next effort.
Okay, so you're executing, you're supported, you're resting, but you also need to check if you're actually heading in the right direction.
Exactly. Regular reviews are essential. The sources consistently recommended building in weekly reviews.
Like a mini check-in every week.
Yeah, every 7 days, maybe 10. Sit down and assess. What worked this week? What were the challenges? What did I learn? What adjustments do I need for next week?
Keeps you from drifting off course.
Totally. It makes your plan dynamic, not static. Some suggested a simple format. Wins, challenges, lessons, plan for next week.
And then, of course, the big one at the end, day 90.
Right. Take proper time to reflect on the whole thing. Did you hit the goal? Why? Why not? What habits did you actually build? What surprised you about yourself? What strategies were most effective for you?
And importantly, acknowledge the achievement. Right. Even if you didn't hit the exact target.
Absolutely. Recognize the effort, the discipline.
Yeah.
Sticking with something for 90 days is significant in itself.
And celebrating shouldn't wait until the very end either.
No way. Celebrate milestones along the path. Hit a weekly target streak. Finish that first 30-day sprint. Acknowledge it. Reward yourself in a meaningful way that doesn't sabotage your goal, obviously. Progress fuels motivation. Celebrating progress keeps that fuel tank topped up.
Good point. We also saw suggestions to document the journey. Photos, journaling.
Yeah, creating a record. Before and after photos can be powerful. Journal entries capture the ups and downs, short videos maybe. It helps you see how far you've come, spot patterns, and it's incredibly motivating later on. It's like your own personal case study.
Okay, and the final piece, which seems really smart for making this stick long term. Planning for what comes after day 90.
Crucial. The sources stressed having a transition plan ready before the 90 days are up. How do you weave these new habits into your regular life without the structure of the challenge?
Avoid falling off the cliff.
Exactly. Ease into a sustainable maintenance mode. The real goal isn't just hitting day 90. It's using that momentum to create lasting change.
Okay, so pulling it all together now. If we had to synthesize the core principles, the big mindsets from all these sources for a successful 90-day challenge, what would they be?
All right, let's recap the big hitters. First, absolutely focus on one core outcome. Don't spread yourself thin.
Got it. One rabbit. And the idea that consistency beats intensity. Show up, even imperfectly.
Right. Then there's that powerful idea, discipline equals freedom. Structure actually creates more choice and capability down the line.
And remember that rest is part of progress, essential for recovery and growth.
And that interesting psychological angle. It's not just what you do, but who you need to become, using the challenge to build that identity.
Yeah, I like that. Also tactically.
Yeah.
Track inputs, the actions you control.
Definitely. And anticipate resistance. Have those if-then plans ready for when things get tough.
And finally, celebrate the journey, the effort, the small wins, not just the final result.
Yeah. Ultimately, the big message across all the material was that a 90-day challenge is really about building momentum and creating systems, habits, routines, tracking, support that outlast the challenge itself.
So if you apply these best practices, clear focus, solid planning, consistency tracking, support, health, reflection, all drawn from the sources you provided, you really stack the deck in your favor for making a significant change.
You absolutely do. You basically have a synthesized roadmap now, drawing from lots of different perspectives to design your best possible 90-day challenge for whatever your goal is.
Okay, so as you, the listener, think about maybe launching your own challenge using these ideas. Here's something to really chew on, something to leave you with. Given that the science suggests it takes, somewhere around 66 to 90 days for a new habit to become pretty much automatic, what one habit could you focus on building over the next 3 months that, if you really made it stick, could fundamentally shift the direction of your life?